Yo, back again with another video. We are in the Open Great League right now, so we're going to try out the Galarian Stunfisk paired with the Pelipper and the Cresselia. Our opponent here does switch out into the Trevenant. The Trevenant here is kind of a core breaker between our entire team. We're going to use this Pelipper's fast move of wing attack to chip away at its health. We're going to go for this Weather Ball right here. They do decide to just tank it, and it allows them to get to another move here. The Seed Bomb does get fired off. It barely doesn't take us out, so we have to use another Weather Ball just to either grab this shield or get the KO. They decide that they are going to use their... Ooh, Golbat in the back is going to be really tough here. This Golbat is going to be able to fire off the Shadow Ball. We do not have the Future Sight on this Cresselia, so we're not going to be able to do any super effective damage. You can see right here, they're going to be able to get their Poison Fang to go off here, and then they're going to be able to match their Swampert onto our Stunfisk. So GG's to our opponent right there. Yeah, we probably, in hindsight, should have been able to shield that Trevenant matchup when we had the Pelipper, and if anything, we would have been able to get alignment, but of course we never knew what they had in the back. So our opponent here is going to be able to reach another move before we can get to ours, and they're going to be able to take us out. Trevenant switching is interesting as a switch for sure. Alright, we got the Galarian Stunfisk here versus the Chargebug. Decent lead. They're going to switch out into the Feraligatr. Feraligatr here is going to be met against our Pelipper. We can tank this Hydro Cannon easily. We're going to be building up to the Hurricane here. We're going to throw this Weather Ball, see if we can get a shield. We do get the shield, which is great. Our opponent here is already at another move, so we're going to fire off the shield, and then we're going to see if we can get this second shield here, because it seems like they want to flip the switch here. But luckily, we are able to double bait right there, get to this Hurricane, take out the Feraligatr. Great news for us. Okay, they have the Skeledirge here. Skeledirge is going to be pretty decent against our Cresselia, as we don't have any good charge moves. They're going to try to catch a move. They switch back into their Chargebug. We're going to switch right out and catch X-Scissor probably. Yep. And we're basically just sacking this Cresselia, but we're trying to do as much damage as possible before we exit out here. We're going to be able to get to one more move. We're going to fire off the Grass Knot. Grass Knot here gets this Chargebug into the red. We know that we can survive any of the moves here. Let's see if they're running Crunch. No Crunch is revealed. We're going to be... Okay, we can use the shield here against the Skeledirge. We can overfarm just a little bit here. We're at 100 energy. Throw the Earthquake, take out this Skeledirge, and all we have to do is just get to another Rock Slide here versus this Chargebug, and we should be fine. This move right here is not going to be effective, so we're going to be able to survive that and fire off our own Rock Slide. So GG's to our opponent. Able to win that game with the Skeledirge in the back and taking out the Chargebug quite easily right there. Next move, we have the Stunfisk versus this Sandslash. Okay, it is a Shadow Claw version, so it is going to be able to deal neutral fast moves. They go for the Drill Run immediately. We know that we build up to the potential Earthquake. They decide to just tank the Rock Slide. We're going to switch out here, trying to catch a Drill Run. We do catch the Drill Run, which is great, and we get met with a Skarmory. So Skarmory here versus the Pelipper, it's going to be close because they did switch out a little bit late. We do have the energy advantage. We're going to okay, we're actually going to shield here, thinking that we can win this outright with some shield help. We do get them to leave their Skarmory. So they reveal Skarmory and Sandslash. Anticipating a water type? Kind of weak to fire types, right? Wow, triple weak to fire. There's the Trevenant again. We're going to fire off a Weather Ball. The Weather Ball does get a shield from our opponent, and now we have kind of a situation. We do have to see if we can get off a move with our Cresselia. We're going to decide to shield right here. Ends up being the Shadow Ball, so we do shield the big move. Our opponent here is going to have to throw up a shield, even though we only throw a Grass Knot. They are going to be able to throw right here, right before timing, but let's see if we can get to 2 Rock Slides. We need to get to 2 Rock Slides. We are close to another one. No, they are able to get the CAP right there, and they are able to take us out. Triple weak to fire team right there is quite interesting. We know that the Trevenant would have been bad against our Cresselia, so that was tough. That was tough. All right, here we got the Wiggly onto our Stunfisk here. Pretty decent lead. We don't want this to be facing the backline, so we're going to be aware of a switch. They do switch out into the Poliwrath. We do have the Pelipper for this. We are going to throw this Weather Ball bait here because we know that they probably want a shield, so we do get the shield right there. Our opponent here ends up revealing Power Up Punch. Wow. Poliwrath running this Power Up Punch does get the bait from us, and at this point we're quite low. We only can get to one move. We're going to throw this Weather Ball right here to chip away at it, and now we're going to look for a farm now with our Cresselia to try to ramp up energy. We do have to tank 2 moves though, and they are slightly boosted, so Poliwrath running the Power Up Punch and the Icy Wind was very interesting. Here, we're going to go for this Earthquake. Earthquake does get a good amount of damage. We're going to try to get to another one. Okay, our opponent here does end up throwing a move. We're going to shield right there just to fire off this move. This Earthquake does take out the Annihilate, which is great. And now we're going to do our best to... Okay, we were very close to that Rock Slide. They are going to be able to fire off a Icy Wind. We're going to have enough energy here to throw 2, I believe. Moonblast gets used, trying to get the debuff. No debuff, but luckily we are able to pace to another Grass Knot and take out the Wiggly. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game right there. That was just a team effort, taking down that Wiggly with the Cresselia and a little bit of the Stunfisk. So able to figure out that backline right there. All right, next game, let's see what we find. We got the Stunfisk versus the Azumarill. Okay, not the best matchup. We're going to switch out into the Pelipper here to see what they have lurking. They are going to be firing off a move here. We're going to allow this Ice Beam to go through. Doesn't KO, but it takes a good chunk of our health. We decided to go for this Hurricane right here. It does go through, but they are able to survive it. So in order to have this work there, we're going to have to invest 1 shield here, and then we're going to farm up as much as possible. Throw this Weather Ball, take out the Azumarill, and now we can see why they didn't want to switch. They do have this Typhlosion lurk in the back. Luckily, we had so much energy, we were able to throw 2 Weather Balls, and they had to double shield out of that situation. We're going to go into our Stunfisk here so that we avoid the Cresselia matchup. And they actually had Crocalor in the back. Double fire. Crunch gets used to try to get the debuff, but luckily we are able to survive it. We throw the Moonblaster looking for our own debuff, not successful. They're going to be able to throw another move here, ends up being the Crunch, and now we have to win this with the Stunfisk. We throw on good timing here, hoping that this Rock Slide is enough to take it out. It is enough, and now we're going to see if the next Rock Slide here can take out their Shadow Typhlosion, and boom goes the Typhlosion. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.